look up, they raise their drinks and go ah, and just kind of they're a little bit drunk, but they're just enjoying the atmosphere.
Okay. My character, Otis, will probably he'll begin playing like any normal bard does. He retrieves his backpack is filled with pottery and pans, and it like kind of clinkers around when he reaches in, and like seemingly like he pulls out this drum that should be too large for the backpack, but somehow exits it anyway, and he puts it on the table, and he like sits up on the table like eye level with the rest of the humans in the bar, and he says, "I think I'm in the mood for some ale. And I think Otis is going to begin to sing and play the drums as well. Hopefully, get something out of it. Okay. I'm kind of confused as this works.
This would be a performance check.
Okay. That's an 18.
All right. So you begin playing, and it's pretty good. It's a nice steady drum beat. You have moments where you pick up the beat, you bring it up quicker. All the drunk people are absolutely impressed. The young man and the young man with the Warforged glances up for a little bit before continuing his conversation. The old woman in the corner doesn't move at all. Then, as you complete your performance, the barkeeper does. He fills a cup and slides it over in your direction.
Yes.
Speaking to Sardonyx, you gotta admit he's not bad. Ken has been drumming his foot to the beat the whole time.
I suppose it is adequate performance. I'm really impressed he could continue going this long, truthfully. And she's been preparing a bit of coffee, and you can see that she's dropping like little chunks of chocolate into it. Probably an excessive amount of it, to the point where it becomes more caffeinated hot chocolate than coffee. She slides it over to you. To you.
Ken kind of looks down at it with a cocked eyebrow.
Intercepting while this drink is sliding across the table, Otis will cast a prestidigitation and make it smell and taste a lot more chocolatier than it really originally was, and you say, "Compliments to the chef."
She scowls and prestidigitation's back, and she kind of like puffs her cheeks a little bit and is like, "Do not alter the careful formulaic properties of this coffee, sir." And she just smiles back, and she's like, "There you are, sir."
Oh, well, thank you. He takes a sip.
Flatfoot Greenshell, you've come into this tavern area about the same time that Flatfoot began his performance.
Yes. Looks like there's a bit of a concert going on yonder. That's fine. Look around the room here. Flatfoot is a turtle. He has a dark bluish green colored shell. Carries a bit of the southern vernacular with him, saying things that normally wouldn't be said by most of the people in Faerun or anywhere in other realms. Kind of looks around, kind of scoping all of this out, and sees the halfling and thinks for a second, says, "I have half the mind to tell this individual to just stop his nonsense making all this noise," and then kind of turns and just ignores it and walks over and begins to introduce himself.
You introduced to us at the table.
Yes.
Sardonyx. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you first.
Sardonyx perks up at the sight of a turtle approaching them and giving some pleasantries, and she's like, "Oh, hello, salutations, greetings. I'm Sardonyx Silica, and this is not an assassin, Keterel, Ketereloth. It's very odd to see another traveler this far in Duralia from our neck of the woods. Hi, welcome. Would you like some coffee?" And she gestures to the
Ken
over.
says nothing about being introduced as not an assassin. He just simply sips his coffee.
Kinda under his breath, Flatfoot kind of looks at the two of you and says, "These two must be 3 sheets to the wind. It's fine. Bless your hearts. Yes, I will join you. Let's have a drink and enjoy the festivity, shall we?"
Sardonyx blinks at what he said, and she's like, "I'm sorry. Could you explain that idiom for me again? I didn't quite catch that."
No, it's okay. It's
from an
area
purely academic. I wouldn't be insulted by anything you could possibly try to convey towards us.
It's just a expression of empathy. That's all.
Oh, excellent. And you see her take out like a little notebook and write it down. She's like, "Fascinating. I don't often get to see turtles, so it's very curious to take down their mannerisms and phrasing. It's for study. You all are endangered, I heard, so to see one walking around is a great honor."
Oh, so y'all haven't seen many of us then?
No, we've lost contact with your colonies. Where are you hiding? And she is absolutely just on planted on the table, leaning forward, like, "Where are your people hiding? I must know."
Reckon it would be a bit out of place for us to be around in your neck of the woods, but to be honest, I've endured individuals such as yourself since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. To be honest, it's...
Knee-high to a grasshopper. Okay, great.
You can see that Flatfoot is kind of getting into this, and he's looking around and seeing everybody's kind of perking up at all of these different phrases, and he kind of strokes his chin a little bit and smiles and says, yes, it's fine. Yeah. If you ever have any questions about anything I say, I will gladly explain it to you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be documenting all of this.
Otis, you do see that group of drunk individuals who are actually attempting to re-sing your song, but they're so drunk that they can't pull it off the same way you did.
Otis will think to himself that he's so glad that they're trying, and then he's going to move over. He's going to sit up next on the same table without being invited with the rest of the group with the turtle at it. And he's going to sit down. He says, "So you said you can answer any questions, right? Yeah. What do you do all day? As a turtle, how fast do you move?"
Whoa. Hold your horses. Just because I'm a turtle doesn't mean that we're slow. We get along just as well as you do.
Oh, I don't get along very well. Okay.
Well, yes, I can see that. Bless your heart.
What? I mean, I'm blessing my heart with all the calories I'm consuming today.
Oh, that being
said, you really need that blessing.
That being said, are you actually you actually look a little bit impeded by movement, but are you actually as fast as say Kel over here? That's fascinating.
Ked. Correct. No. Still sipping the coffee.
Sorry, I apologize, Ked.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. She's utterly fascinated by the turtle.
Flatfoot kind of grins and says, "Well, of course. Surely you've heard the stories of the tortoise and the hare."
Oh, absolutely. Is that based on your people? Are there rabbit people as well?
Yes, well,
They're called
it's
lupine.
funny you should ask, but yes, we are definitely fast enough to keep up with the likes of individuals such as yourself.
Well, I imagine you're much faster than, say, a gnome or a halfling, but
And-
she's still writing.
And we have some pretty curious little tricks as well. And you watch as Flatfoot kind of brings both of his arms inside of his shell and kind of hides them away.
And she looks so fascinated. She says, "Are you able to eat chocolate?"
Of course, who wouldn't be able to eat chocolate? That's a
She,
silly
she
question.
waggles her fingers, and there's a bar of chocolate on the table, and she says, "Here, you have to absolutely try this. This is my latest formula. I call it edible courage." And she offers.
It probably has strawberries in it.
Otis is going to spit out his ale that he was currently in the process of drinking at the sight of this chocolate appearing, and he says, "How much?"
Now, hold your horses. She's sharing with me. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry. And she's like, "I didn't catch his name."
Question: is this a normal cuisine you'd find among the gnome people?
No,
Take him with you.
no. This is a spell of her own design. So this is entirely a new thing. And actually, for that matter, she's probably been rambling for about 5 minutes now about the chocolate, and to sum it up, and she's like, "Yes, I belong to the Arcane Assortium back in the Sanafate, where they actually didn't take my theories of candymancy very seriously, but as you can see," and she gestures to the chocolate and holds it out to Flatfoot, the applications are quite abound, and it would be great benefit to all kinds of mages to take it seriously and start practicing the benefits of candymancy.
Oh,
So,
well, aren't you just cute as a button? And immediately kind of grabs forward to the chocolate and starts to sniff it. Anything seem out of place with this chocolate?
It has strawberries in it.
Aside from the strawberries.
No, it is absolutely. Or go ahead, Shae. Sorry.
Yeah, make an insight or an investigation.
Okay. Yeah.
Why do you torture the turtles with
Nope.
strawberries?
I mean, it has strawberries in it.
But you do me the greatest favor. Eat this giant strawberry.
Right. So yeah, Flatfoot begins to chow down on this small piece of chocolate, and I do declare that is the most delectable piece of chocolate that I've had in quite some time.
You also feel quite brave.
You do feel any sense of fear just vanish from you.
Otis kind of sweats in jealousy.
I have enough for you as well. And she breaks off a small piece and gestures it to you. Although I can't in good consciousness condone giving you much more than this.
What if I played a song that would convince you otherwise? As he takes the chocolate piece and consumes it, you don't even think he chews it.
Oh, God.
You think it just goes down.
It's like, oh God.
What did he do?
He eats like Sky, only has actual visual effects.
Yeah, that would be great. Do you know the one about the bear and the girl? I forget its name. It's more popular up north.
No, but I know one about girls. If you're into that.
And her cheeks go a little red again. She's like, well, who's asking? And
Me.
oh, I mean, she looks to Flatfoot like, help.
As she kind of stutters, Flatfoot kind of pats her hand and says, "Don't worry, this one's just as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. There's nothing to worry about.
No
here.
idea what that means.
That is very specific.
I
kinda-
love Flatfoot
He
so
kind
much.
of chuckles.
It's
a
like,
little
I have
bit.
no idea what that means, but I love it.
Yes, that thing right there. And kind of nods and says, "Yes, she's just fine. It's okay. You go about your business. Everything's okay here."
These are not the droids you are looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
But a song would be fine, I suppose. I could part with a bit more chocolate if you actually are capable of doing what you claim.
Otis is going to mention over to the elf and say, "Aren't you gonna try any of it?"
She
Good.
put it in my coffee. He says, holding up the cup and then
He has
resuming
this
drinking.
Stupid amount of chocolate in his coffee.
It's basically caffeinated hot chocolate at this
It
point.
is. It's just how she rolls.
Well, Otis will begin to sing a song of his people that consists primarily of feasts inside of halfling villages and festivals, and it talks about halfling women, and some of it is you'd think it's pretty.
Raunchy.
It's odd. It's odd considering the considering the like halfling lifestyle and the differences that in culture that you find. That basically.
Important question. Is it tawdry?
Is it what?
Is it tawdry?
Is it lewd?
Oh no, it's not.
It's not a body tune.
No.
Oh. Alright.
Hmm.
Go ahead and
Alright.
make a performance check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
is so inspired by that chocolate. Just
Like water off of a duck's back.
let's
I imagine he just has a list of these, and he's like, "Does it apply to this moment? Here it is. This one."
Shit, I imagine
probably
just
doesn't
taking
apply,
words,
but we're using it.
smashing them together and being like, yeah, that works.
Oh, this is so good. I love it.
But the performance is absolutely incredible. Just the inspiration from that chocolate was enough to do it.
It's quite toe tapping.
Can I have another?
Well, I imagine you earned it. And she conjures like a king size bar for him.
Oh, here we go. Here's what I'm talking.
I rather like his company. He plays decent music. The elf says, still sipping the coffee.
Yes, he is quite talented, and she sips her own coffee.
Yes, he's quite something.
Would you like some coffee, Mr. Flatfoot?
Oh no, I wouldn't dare.
All right.
So what brings you all to this Sleepy Hollow? Ked says, asking the general table.
Shae, did you say what town this was?
I don't really have a name for it.
Okay.
We could call it. What did I call my village?
I don't
Right.
even remember. It was so long ago.
Otis will say,
We'll just refer to it as the Sleepy Hollow from now on.
The sleepy.
Okay, it is the Sleepy Hollow.
Nothing ominous about that.
Nope.
Nothing at all.
Nothing
Nope,
to be
no
worried about.
references or whatsoever.
Otis will respond and say, I'm on a quest to compose a tune that details and accurately depicts all the different flavors and cuisines among many different cultures and different people. I find that this comfortable place is a pretty good place to start.
Oh, well, that certainly is interesting. I don't think Sleepy Hollow is quite known for its cuisines, but hopefully
No,
Call it-
a place doesn't have to be known for its cuisines.
I'm actually
It can
going to
be-
call it Drowsy Hollow.
Drowsy
Yep.
Hollow.
Yes,
Alright.
it feels more right. I'm sorry, I
The
didn't mean to
food-
interrupt.
Sorry. The food carries emotions. It carries homeliness, comfort, like sitting next to a fire in the middle of a cabin where you're complete comfort, just eating away and taking naps for a week.
Eating away for a week. That's surprisingly profound of you.
What?
It's surprisingly insightful. What you said there. You could make a book out of it.
What do you think I'm doing?
Well, hopefully making a book out of it. Merely an observation. I just noticed that you're surprisingly insightful for your man of your extreme girth.
Excuse me?
Yes. And she kind of like goes back to what she's doing. Oh,
Yes.
there was the question of what we were doing. Well, I've just been kind of traveling. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of an exile, as it were. No longer welcome in the Saint of Fate, thanks to losing my tenure at the Arcane Assortium and kind of expecting to be brutally murdered at any point for my trouble. It's a long story, and probably not one worth sharing, really.
Flatfoot kind of just listening in to everybody and says, well, to be honest, I'm just making sure everything's okay here. We had a few rumors of some ne'er-do-wells in the area. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. There's nothing to get your feathers ruffled over.
Oh, what kind of ne'er-do-wells are lurking here? This is such a peaceful-looking village.
Oh, no, again, there's nothing to quite get worried over. I think everything will be fine. At least I hope it will be.
Oh, I certainly hope so as well.
It's about this time that half the drunks are already passed out. Some of them do get up to leave for the night. The young man in the corner with the Warforged seems to be taking notes, and that old woman has not moved from her spot.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but that old woman might be dead. I'm not really sure how human physiology actually works, but she has been catatonic for quite some time.
Shall I check?
If she happens to have been reanimated by some nefarious means, usually a stake through the heart is best.
Ken gives Sardonyx a look and then gets up to and approaches the old woman.
Flatfoot kind of turns and looks over at her and says, oh, bless your heart, that's not how we handle things in proper civilization.
Otis will cast Mage Hand and bring a cup of ale from the bar side to his table.
I mean,
Make a sleight of hand, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, actually, you know what? With that performance, you've earned it, so don't worry about it. You get an ale. They don't mind. They're fine with it.
Yeah.
So as you approach the that old woman, she actually does flinch a little bit when she notices you, and she looks up. She looks she has big eyes. Seems to be a little bit sleepy, but she looks up. She acknowledges you. Yes.
Ken gets down on one knee, much like he did with Sardonyx, to look her in the eye, and he says, "Milady, are you all right? You have not stirred since I arrived."
Just tired. I'm alright, though.
That one speaks slow as molasses.
She's probably aged like it, too. How long do humans actually live? That's very curious. And she starts making observational notes.
Do you need some help or assistance?
No. People say ever since that hauntings are taking place is making it a little hard for me to sleep at night.
I see.
Some say there's necromancy on top of the bluff.
His eyebrow immediately cocks. You don't say.
Yes,
you
but
for
there's
your-
also stories of great atrocities up there.
Well, thank you for speaking to me, milady, as he walks back over to the table.
You're very welcome. And she continues talking even though you're not there.
Yeah. I sit back down. This is the second time I've heard of hauntings in the bluff.
Oh, well, it sounds like it might not just be rumor then. Or maybe it's just a well-established local rumor. Might be worth looking into either way.
It's not. I will look into this. It's not just that. My kinsman was rumored to be a necromancer. So,
Ooh.
any sign of hauntings means it deserves an investigation.
Necromancy wasn't really a respected school in the Assortium, so
It's not a respected school anywhere.
Well, it depends on who you speak to, I suppose. But there's no
wonder-
time to piddle around with this. We should get about our business and continue on and try to look into this necromancy ordeal.
I agree. I just wish I could provide any extra information for you. You've been so nice so far. But if it is indeed a necromancer, I wouldn't have any details from their time at the Assortium. Sorry. Who should we infer to about any information about this?
Perhaps the man in the corner taking notes on what I can only assume is us. He says, glancing over to the man in the corner, writing down in his little book.
Sardonyx visibly perks up and looks at the man who's writing about her, and then starts writing about him. And he seems to be taking notes on us. Curious. Otis, you should go say hello.
I agree.
Yes, you should definitely introduce yourself to that uppity individual and get some information.
Otis will kind of jump down from his seat and then walk over to the individual with his warforged, or whatever the heck it is. And he's going to sit down next to and say, so what you writing about?
As you approach, as you sit down, this young man is speaking to the Warforged with. You hear him talking about setting up some protective wards around this area. You also hear a brief mention of some alchemy, but as you sit down, he does go quiet. He goes, yes, can I help you?
Yeah, me and my pals are just wondering what you were writing about.
Oh.
Not even subtle.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. My name's Halivard, and and the Warforged actually turns and faces you and crosses his arms, or its arms, or her arms, and says, I am Meg. And Halivard interrupts him. He says, you don't have to talk like that. And he says, yeah, but they don't know that.
Funny.
So Halifard continues. He says, I'm mostly taking notes on this area. There was a great alchemist here a long time ago, but there seems to be an encroaching worry within this town about the exact area. So I haven't quite ventured out there, and one of us needs to be here. The two of us, myself and Max here, are both trying to set up some magical defenses in case there is any worry. Get on the town's good side.
I think I know some people that have a magical talent that could be of use to you. And he says, if you want to go sit with my pals over there, I'm sure we'll all get and all discuss it, and we maybe can get some help. What do you say?
Well, perhaps, maybe. And then Maximus kind of just like puts a hand on him and says, "We've got it." But yes, go ahead and make your persuasion check.
Oh, fuck.
Max doesn't look convinced. Halifard seems a little more pliant to the idea, and so they talk between each other for a little bit and kind of argue back and forth. He's like, "Yeah, but I mean, if they can have," says, they got their own worries. But ultimately, with a sigh, Maximus does relent and kind of like rolls his mechanical eyes and walks over with Halifard.
Yay! So Otis is going to return to his normal seat with his new pals in tow, and he's going to say, "Hey, you guys can ask him all the questions you want now."
Halifard speaks up. He says, "I heard you all had some magic that might help us."
Well, that really depends on what you define as helpful magic. But hi, hello. Greetings and salutations. I am Sardonyx Silica, and wow, you have a warforge. And she visibly shrinks back a little bit, and she's like, "How many people have you killed?"
Me? I mean, I used to build warforges a while ago, but
No. I meant him. It.
Maximus starts talking and it says, "I have and Halifard interrupts him again. "Stop doing that." He says, and the warforged just kind of sighs again and goes, 682.
Oh God. She visibly gulps.
You see Flatfoot kind of look over at Sardonyx and
you can see
chuckles.
You can see on his the armor of the warforged is scraped and scratched and ding and rusted. This is probably an older warforged.
Flatfoot kind of pats the hand of Sardonyx and says, "Well, this one's sweating like a sinner in church. There's no need to worry about this. Everything is fine. What can we do for you individuals?"
Maximus kind of sees this and
now,
he
maybe
says,
with the armistice, but
yeah, I mean, Maximus sees this and he says, "I mean, what? The war went on for so long."
Well, you all didn't get into bling and dazzle, that's for sure. And she kind of like feigns a smile.
But Halifard stops. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Halifard," and he extends a hand towards Sardonyx.
Oh, okay. And she extends a gloved hand to shake him. "It's nice to meet you, Halivard. Please keep your warforged at a distance."
Oh, he's just putting on a show. He's not really, he's gentler than he looks. And Maximus, for a construct, looks like, I guess, incredulous that Halivard's talking about him this way. But this warforged obviously has a high level of sentience.
how tall is this how tall is this Warforged?
He's probably pushing close to 7 or 8 feet. He's pretty tall.
Hmm. He's got more weight put on than I do.
And Maximus looks to him and says, "Yeah, probably. But I think you put in a good effort."
Otis is going to kind of get off his chair, kind of compare his height to the Warforged, and say, "Do you eat, pal?"
No.
He's
Oh.
a construct. They don't need to obtain nutrition or nutrients in order to sustain their life force.
You can't just assume that it's a lifeless robot.
Are Warforged common in this area?
They were used. They were used very often in the war. And now that there is a ceasefire, a lot of the Warforged that remain have no direction. Essentially, they're essentially left without a purpose.
They were used predominantly as a backup fighting force for the humans because they, eventually the humans were on the losing side of the war, and the dwarves created the Warforged, and they were like, "Here, have these. They can kill elves by the dozens." And so, the Warforged, basically, it's a repurposed Eberron lore.
Right, gotcha. Okay. So, kind of seeing this, and I'm assuming this is probably the first time that Flatfoot's kind of ran into a Warforged being, not really being from around this area here. Kind of looks up at him. "Well, butter my butt. Call me a biscuit. This is just so quaint."
Butter, butt, call, biscuit. That is so weird.
I love him so much.
He kind of looks and just like almost admiring this Warforged being, and says, "Well, tell me, what exactly is it that you do? What spectacular feats can you accomplish in such menial tasks for individuals such as yourself?"
And Maximus looks at you, and he kind of seems to think about it for a moment. And when he starts to talk again, seems a little bit unsure. He says, "Well, I was constructed to kill. However, that is no longer my purpose. I had to be put together several times now. Memory gets fuzzy after you get hit with so many arrows. Anyway."
Reckon that would happen after a bit of time.
Well, now I'm here helping Halivard with his research, however he needs it, at least for the time being.
Indeed. Well, then what brings you over here asking for us and our magical prowess, then, might I ask?
Halifard speaks up at that moment. He says, "Oh, well, I was thinking about setting up some magical wards around the village here, but I was also interested in the area. I know that there's a tomb to a dwarven alchemist here, but I've not had the chance to explore it."
Oh, tombs are always full of interesting things to find, and the information we might be able to glean, at least from this alchemist, is reason enough to go check it out.
Alivars, well, I have heard of an entrance along the bluff, but they say it's haunted up there.
Oh, something about necromancies, right? That's what we heard as well.
Seems so.
Well, you're in luck. Our friend Ked here is also looking for a necromancer. Maybe if you've noticed any other elven people about the area. And she looks to Maximus again, hopefully not dead at this point. But if you've noticed any, please point them out. Ked here really would like to find one.
Nod.
Well, I can't say I've seen many elves around here, but I mean, I'll keep an eye out.
Well, that's good.
I've also heard that this alchemist I'm looking for, it just fascinates me. There was he had such an interest in creating both fine wines and potions.
Wine.
Yes,
All of a sudden,
Mixing drink with potions. Why would anyone want to mix
That's
two
genius.
totally irrelevant things together like that?
Sounds about as useful as a steering wheel on a mule.
I don't know what you guys think, but potions, they can be disgusting, flavorless, tasteless, boring, bland.
out of
But-
character, like candy and magic.
That was the joke. That was the joke.
You bring up potions with wine. There you go. You got something relaxing to go down and tasteful, while also getting the benefits of magic.
Alivard leans forward a little bit conspiratorially, holds up his hand to make sure that none of the drunk dwarves are listening. He says, and they are kind of dwarves, so they're kind of experts in the area.
Huh. I never thought that dwarves were the vineyard type. That seems more, well, not dwarvish.
I think they use lichen for theirs.
Fascinating. And she starts writing again.
I'd also like to go on a note and say that I love your voice for the halfling, but at the same time, I'm expecting you at any time to start quoting the Joker from The Dark Knight.
I'm honestly very indecisive about it.
You want to see how I got these stretch marks?
I keep hearing him put in like a tubby accent or emphasis into his voice, and I love it. And it's just like, oh, you said biscuits? Oh, sounds so good.
Anyway, enough of my tangents.
We should go investigate this. I'm very curious to see what they do with lichen and potions and wine. That could be fascinating.
I suppose it's worth a look, but I still wanted to get these wards up just in case the village was. They seem pretty concerned about these haunts. He looks to Maximus and says, "Why don't you go with them?" Maximus he kind of shrugs a bit and says, like, I'm supposed to be here looking after you. And so if you all as a party want to try recruiting either of them, now's sort of the... Or if you want to try recruiting both of them.
Group huddle.
You can get one of them without a check. If you want both of them, it's just a persuasion.
Out of character, Ked is uninterested in recruitment. He has a goal, and he wants to do said goal.
Otis would probably want to get both of them simply so he doesn't have to do anything.
Sardonyx does not want to be near the Warforged.
Flatfoot doesn't care either way as long as he accomplishes his goal, so if recruitment is needed, then he will do so.
We are so split.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's two don't care, one wants both, one wants one. At least one.
You two, rock, paper, scissors.
Roll off. Let's see.
How do I do?
We'll do-
Slash roll 1d20.
Got it.
Yep. Oh, good luck.
All right. Guess we're leaning towards no help.
Or at least one.
All right, so the Warforged, Maximus and Halivard are both talking to each other. They're like, well, one of us should probably stay. And Maximus says, even if it's just me, I can at least look after the village.
I concur. That is a great idea. If he stays here, he can make sure that these humans are safe. That's in his programming. And you, Halivard, you could definitely come and provide some extra magical insight. You were the one who expressed interest in seeing the alchemist shop anyways.
Halivard kind of brings a hand to his chin, thinks for a little bit. He's like, I suppose so. Why not? And Maximus kind of like does a stretching motion even though he doesn't need to. He's like, oh, that'll give me time to hang out here and do nothing. So peaceful. And it's actually hard to tell if he's genuinely thankful for that or not, but then he just starts standing there.
Well, I suppose that's why they don't call them Peace Forged.
Do they sleep?
They power down. They basically do elf trances for 4 hours, but they go into a low power recharge mode.
Halivard looks to the rest of them and he says, don't mind him. He's much gentler than he tries to make himself out to be. He's like, I had to fix him twice. And before that, I heard he broke down many other times.
Oh, so maybe his story of mass murder is embellished. Hopefully.
I think it is. And I like that nobody made an insight check on him.
It's really more like 578 more than...
How do you inside a robot?
With a really
Yes.
high roll.
Yeah, with a really high roll.
Shall we be off then? Ked says, picking up his helmet and donning it.
Halivard nods. He says, yeah, I know the area where this interest is. I believe it leads underground through the bluff up to the top of the bluff. I heard stories that there's an old manor up there, but nobody goes up there, so I'm actually not quite sure.
Whoa, hold on. Otis kind of like takes up his plate and like quickly finishes off the bread and meat chunks that are still there, and he says, okay, yeah, we're good now.
Where did he even get that food from?
He pulls out more from his backpack and he says, that's my road snack.
Well, if he was an
That's
inch
a-
taller,
That's a
he'd
whole
be
turkey
round.
leg. I like this character. He's so funny. Oh shit, I have to actually move myself over.
Oh, what is this? I gotta do things now? Okay.
Well, no, because she's using my account for the access to the dynamic light, so I count as a DM. It doesn't move me when she moves.
Halivard brings you to an area along the edges of the bluff, and there is kind of a cavern, kind of leading in. I don't know what happened to my. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so there's kind of a cave entrance leading to an underground entrance.
Can you ping the cave entrance?
I am bringing you all there right now.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so inside, as you enter, it's actually the walls seem very smoothed out.
I don't
Sorry.
see.
It seems much
It's over
more
here.
constructed.
I just have
There's
my.
no. You have to make some light because you don't have dark vision.
Yeah.
Am I the only one
Oh,
without
okay.
dark vision?
Oh, here. Ken leans down and puts his hand on the halfling's head and casts light.
And how much is that?
Okay.
30 feet.
Let
No.
me select the token.
Isn't it
and
like
then I
torch?
do-
And
You know what? I'm just here. I'm gonna make a torch.
yeah, I would do the same on my mace that I'm holding.
Yeah,
so
light is 20.
radius
Light is
from where
20.
I'm at.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
I just put it on them, Shae. You've got one on
Okay.
you too, flat.
Thank you.
So, what's everyone's passive perception?
Kind of crappy. 13.
18.
Passive is. Where is that normally? Is that normally listed somewhere, or do I have to?
No, just add 10.
Oh nope, it is actually there. Passive perception is 10.
13.
All right. So, Flatfoot Greenshell, you
Yes.
hear very, very faintly the dragging of something metal against stone, and it just sounds like shh, 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 and it's hard to tell where it's coming from, but you hear like something's moving.
Kind of hearing this, he kind of looks around and kind of peers down the chamber, down the hallway, and says, "What the dickens is that noise?"
Cad, not knowing what he's talking about, pulls his rapier and shield and readies them.
Sardonyx manifests a little wand and is like, "I'm not sure, but I'm going to stay behind you guys. Not out of fear or anything, just self-preservation. Oh, also, she does a little quick wave of her hand and she conjures some more chocolate. Here, everybody take some.
Ah,
I take some.
And she's just gonna edible courage again. So if you guys eat it, you have that for. Well, hold on to it. She's like, don't eat it right now, and she has to
Wait.
conjure another one for Otis. Don't eat it right now. You need to hold on to it and wait for the most opportune time for the full benefits of it.
I peer down the corridors and I roll a perception check.
And she goes over to Halivard and she's like, here, I imagine you'd like this one. It has blueberries in it.
as a halfling, I'm pretty sure I already get advantage against fright.
You do.
Yeah. Wait, so if I
Don't
eat it, does it give me double advantage? Is that a thing?
No,
No.
you'll just annoy
You'll
the
just get
gnome for
advantage.
eating the chocolate.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't really do anything.
So, hearing this noise, can I distinguish which direction it's coming from?
Roll me another perception check to see if you can distinguish where. Catareleth.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, Catareleth. Yeah. So Catareleth, you still hear you do hear the scraping. Sounds relatively close, but then it's hard to tell. Green Shell, you can distinguish that there's actually two of those scraping sounds. One is much more fainter, and another one sounds like it's growing closer.
Okay. The one that's growing closer, is there a specific direction it's coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from
the east
Yeah.
there. Okay.
you do not hear anything coming from the south so much.
Okay. Hearing it coming from the east there, I kind of motion kind of putting my hand up to the side of my head as if to kind of motion that I hear something and then point towards that direction.
Stay behind me, Sir Turtle.
Is it safe to move?
I move this way.
Okay. Let's go. Quick.
And I'll roll another perception when I get here. I rolled 11. I probably heard nothing.
You hear it's getting closer, and it's heading. Whatever it is seems to have been alerted to you the moment you entered this area.
It's coming. Prepare yourselves.
What?
Oh.
What do you mean it's coming? What's coming?
What's it?
What did you do?
As this thing is coming in our direction,
You don't hear anything towards the south, so you all have the option of trying to avoid it, or
right. Him being kind of told that something is coming in our direction, Flatfoot immediately casts Bless at second level on everybody but himself, gaining them the bonus, and begins to motion, trying to point people in that direction.
Ked does not understand the concept of avoiding fights.
Oh no.
All right.
So he will start advancing towards it in order to defend his party.
All right. Pause there. Ked, from around that north corner, you hear that scraping sound, and you start to make out a very
I see.
a skeletal form, but it's much larger than a normal skeleton.
Oh! Hello, ogre skeleton. Possibly, maybe, I don't know.
Tomb of Giants. Flashbacks.
Trying to move everybody forward to keep the group together.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check and see if it notices me.
Go for it.
Flatfoot's kind of placing his hand
19.
on people's backs and pushing them forward.
It does not notice you.
Okay.
So, and you hear it just start to round that corner.
Round this corner that I'm
One
on
to
right
the
now?
north.
Or up
No,
here?
up there.
Okay. I walk back quickly, and I report what I saw to the party. That it's a very large skeleton of some kind.
A large skeleton? What kind of skeleton? Did you notice any distinguishing features about it? Was it an
ogre-like?
Ogre? Why are there ogres here?
Necromancy. I hate necromancy.
I'm beginning to distinctly hate necromancy as well.
Hearing
everybody.
I can see it now.
Yeah.
I was
Let me find the initiative thingy.
It's the clock.
The clock.
What were you trying to say, Forge?
I was gonna say, hearing everybody get it a little bit louder, Flatfoot's kind of like waving his hands, trying to get everybody to calm down and kind of take it down a notch. But
yeah, Sardonyx is very frantically whispering. She is trying not to be loud, but it is. You can tell she is panicking.
Everybody roll initiative.
yeah.
So, question. I can see it. With my 19 stealth, do I get a surprise round?
Yeah, I'll let you have the surprise round, but nobody else
Hooray.
tells. No, just you.
No, we did not.
Oh, no.
It appears that the initiative...
You didn't select your
really-
token.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to click on your token first, then roll, or else it doesn't take it.
I'll add you on.
Yeah.
Alright, I got him on there, Shae. You can keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to roll it again. I said I'd add you on.
Yep. And then just reorganize by descending.
Yep, gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
Yay.
Keterelith, you have one action this turn.
Well, seeing
Before
where it's
the
coming
turn order
from,
starts.
I immediately dash out and I block its path.
You run straight into a tall minotaur skeleton,
Oh, that's what it is.
and it is dragging a very large axe, all rusty.
Okay then.
Oh no.
Oh, that was
Anything
my
else?
surprise round. I only have
Alright.
one action. I moved to keep it where it is.
Okay. It kind of like opens its skeletal mouth to like roar at you, but nothing comes out but just like dank dust from its mouth. Like it's trying to make a sound but can't
Cute.
because it has no vocals. And then it attacks you. And since you're already next to it,
That misses.
it does miss. It slams straight into the ground. You're quick enough to just slide right out of the way. But you hear the second scraping sound from around the corner, and it just makes it. It doesn't even see you around hidden behind there, and it makes its way straight towards the other group.
Oh balls.
What is that? Where'd Ket go? Is he dead already?
Same thing. It kind of, once you see it come around the hall, it kind of scrapes its bony hoof along the floor, and then charges. And the first person in this path would be Green Shell. So as it charges, it's going to first try to gore you.
Oh. Well. Bless your heart. None of those hit.
And
Well,
then
the
it's
9
gonna
was
swing
me.
straight
The
at
18 is you.
Yeah, but he's got that turtle dexterity or AC. Remember
I
how I
have an armor class of 19. So
remember how I can
Okay.
never hit morph when he's playing a turtle? It's the same thing.
That is
Yeah.
a lie. You
alright.
always hit morph.
So okay. This skeleton charges. It lowers its form to drive its horns straight through you, but your shell is just way too thick, and it actually snaps off the tip of its brittle horn because it's been dead for however long. And it's been put off balance that when it swings, it just completely misses.
Just cute as a
And
button.
Sardi.
Well, color me surprised. You are as fast as you claim to be. How insightful. Okay. What do we want? Do we want to trip this guy up, or do we want to?
Oh, I need a roll for Halivard.
Or do we want to do some damage? Oh, do you want him to go first then, since he had a 16?
No, I'll put him at the end of the turn order, but in front of the Minotaurs.
Okay.
Young Halivard is shocked.
Don't forget, you have bless.
Oh, hashtag bless.
Hashtag bless everybody.
And thank you for reminding me, because I did forget. Okay, so it's a D4 on attack rolls. Well, well, I suppose that makes my choice very easy. And she's going to fire a sugar bomb. She's going to set it to... I'm going to set it to toffee.
That's copyright infringement.
All right, yeah. That hits. So, yep.
Can I click it for damage? Oh, what level? First level. Slot.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Eat candy
Wow.
goodness.
Okay, so you cast that sugar bomb, and all this toffee goodness hits it smack in the middle of its gold face, and it's got some pretty bad cavities. It actually seems to accelerate the rot process.
Boom, eat toffee, sucker. Mr. Greenshell, it looks like you have this under control. And she's gonna back up.
Catarella?
It's like, well, it looks like they have that one under control. He's gonna make sure this one can't go anywhere.
Are you able to see the other one?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Dark vision. Yay. So he's just going to stand his ground and activate his fighting spirit. Give me advantage on all these attacks. And he attacks twice.
Do your thing.
Stab. I'm gonna roll a d4. Does a 18 hit? Or 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Hashtag bless. And the second attack.
Plus.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yay! Hashtag bless. Okay. And I do a total of 9 and 6. 15 points of rapier damage to this skeleton.
All right, you jab at it with the rapier, and you chip away at its bony frame.
Tink tink. And I'm done.
Otis.
Okay. Is Bardic Inspiration a bonus action?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me see here. Okay. He's going. Otis is gonna say, "Well, good luck to Green Shell," and cast Enhance Ability upon him with let's see, Bear's Endurance, which you get an advantage on Constitution checks, and you gain 2d6 temporary hit points. Also, while he is like saying good luck, he's going to use Bardic Inspiration to give you a bonus. Let's go with to hit, or not to hit, to damage. I think I can do that.
The person gets to choose, I think.
Oh, okay.
So what are the
It's
possibles?
a D8. It's a D8 of Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You can,
yep.
Let's see.
Oh,
Let's
oh,
see.
shit.
You can use. I'm not really sure.
What does the spell or the thing say?
You can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. But I think with my College of Valor, I think it also allows you to do with damage as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Valor it does allow for damage, and it allows for armor class too, I believe. You can add it to armor class in Valor. So,
And
yeah.
so as he's
Is that just for him or everybody?
For whoever he casts Bardic Inspiration on.
That's awesome.
I cast the Enhance Ability and the Bardic Inspiration, and then Otis is going to be like, oh, good luck, and he's going to back up.
Wow, that is so valorous.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, Flatfoot.
Okay. With that, you watch as Flatfoot kind of chuckles a little bit, grabbing onto his mace here that he has in his hand, and says, "The power of Saloon compels you," and goes to whack him in the head. But as he does, he's actually casting Word of Radiance. So actually, 2 for bless, so 13 to hit wouldn't be there.
That's
13.
is that a save?
It is an attack.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an attack spell. 13 to hit.
Why is it 13, isn't it? 15?
Because I accidentally added bless, but then didn't uncheck it because I didn't bless myself. I blessed
Okay.
everybody else, so it would be 13
Yep.
to hit.
That,
13 hits?
That just hits.
Okay. So I'm going to use that plus Bardic Inspiration. Oh, that is terrible. I don't know why it has a con save, though. So it would be 8 total radiant damage. Yeah, there's no con save on that. I fixed it. It's one that I had to add in myself, so.
Okay.
And then, so that's gonna be, that's my action. Let's see, what do I want for my bonus? Actually, I think that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna kind of stand here semi-menacingly and kind of snarl a bit at this undead beast in front of me.
And you do, and it can't snarl back because between the radiance and all that that cavity attack, part of its face seems to have crumpled in.
Oh no. For shame.
Don't feel bad for it.
So Halvard rounds the corner, and he sees this, and he's like, "Oh, can't have this," and he's gonna cast Magic Missile.
Yeah.
12.
So, yep, 12 damage, and those magic missiles just pour into it.
Wait. No, that was wrong. I'm sorry. Word of Radiance is a save. It's a con save.
That's all right.
But yeah, I'll fix it for the next one. I had to go back and double check the spell.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, so he pelts it with some magic missile, then backs up just as well. He seems perfectly content letting that armored turtle tank it. And fortunately for you guys, these things have no brains because they brought it away, and they're just gonna continue to wail. They just seem to have that one need to fight back. So since it can't do its charge, it's going to attempt to hit. The first one's going to be for the turtle. Second one's going to be for Kedril, or a lot blah, blah.
Okay. Oh, the first one hits.
The second one, I activate my feat, Defensive Duelist, and parry the blow. He missed.
Okay.
Uh,
So finally, that first Minotaur actually gets a hit in. Just kind of smacks you with the broadside of the axe. Where's the damage?
Yeah, it does that. You just gotta hand roll it, or when you set them up, you gotta tell it to.
just click on where it says attack. On the one, yeah, there you go.
18 damage.
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay. Actually, yeah.
This is why I give temporary
It's
hit points.
like a truck. All right. Sardonyx.
Oh dear, are you guys okay? Are you still holding up all right? Well, all right then. Here, this should help. And she's gonna pop it up right here and try and restrain him.
Wonka's chocolate grasp.
Okay.
And so a big old chocolate hand's gonna pop out of the ground and grab it.
Strength save.
Is that Earth and Grasp?
Yep.
Okay, so
Nice.
it gets bound up in all that chocolatey goodness.
A big old chocolate hand.
It is restrained, I believe.
Yep, on a failed save, it'll take 2d6 bludgeoning and is restrained for the spell's duration. And then for other rounds, I can do the other stuff. So here's the crushing damage. Nice. And it squeezes that for that initial damage. and then it can do the strength check on its turn to try and break out.
Okay, so it gets caught up in a cavity trap and can't do much about it. Keterelov,
Jab, jab.
go for it.
18 hits. 19 hits. And I look back to see how that turtle is faring, and oh no, he got hit, but then the thing got grabbed by chocolate.
Roll damage.
If it's needed, don't forget it, guys.
19 damage.
It doesn't apply to
Nice.
damage, right?
No, bless does not apply to damage.
Okay.
Saves and attack rolls. I think that's it.
Yeah, that one sugar bomb roll was so well I didn't need it.
All right. So while everyone handles, while Green Shell protects all the squishies, Keterelith, you're actually holding your own against this one
Damn right.
until it hits you.
Until it hits you.
Otis.
Keep trying.
Okay. Otis is going to summon up the remaining courage he has, and he's going to rush to the thing that's currently restrained. He's going to go, ah! And he's going to take his war pick out and make an attack against it.
Go for
He's
it.
not the brightest person, but he's definitely brave. So Robin.
Oh, God.
I'm going to use my luck point here.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, no, wait.
You
No,
get
wait, no, I don't have
bless.
to. I have, no, wait. I don't have to.
You have the
because
halfling.
You're
I have the halflings.
Mm-hmm.
go for it.
Okay.
Okay. 13.
Um,
you want to add
I'm
Bless?
also gonna. Oh, what does bless do?
Roll a d4 and add it to the roll.
1d4. Yep. Just always do it. Make it a habit.
First, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna use a luck point and re-roll that attack and see if I can get something better.
No, roll the d4 and then decide.
Roll.
I was
one.
suggesting-
Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Mhm.
hits.
Nice. A 17. All right. So
Damage.
That's all right. So okay. 5 points of wait.
Nope.
Click
Click,
war pick
click
in
on
the
the-
text
yeah,
box.
click.
click war pick in the chat box.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
So 5.
So 5 damage.
Yeah.
All
5
right.
damage.
So you wedge that war pick right into its deteriorating skull.
It worked. Ah! Now, wait, is it, because it's restrained, is it able to make attacks of opportunity?
It
No.
doesn't say it can't.
I believe it cannot. If it's restrained, it can't act on a reaction.
What it says here is restrained creature speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage. The creature's attack rolls.
Advantage.
Sorry,
And
attack
then,
rolls
yeah.
against the creature have advantage. A creature's attack rolls disadvantage. Creatures have disadvantage on dexterity saves. That's all that's listed. So
It
But
can
if
still
it's-
swing at you, but it's gonna be hard for it to swing at
It
you.
will be at disadvantage for it to swing at you.
there's a good chance it'll miss.
Yeah.
Okay. He's still gonna back up 5 feet anyway. So it can
Alright.
take an attack of opportunity. But Otis is not, he's not very combat smart.
There you go.
Nope. Still stuck in that chocolate.
Yep.
Flatfoot.
Okay.
Oh,
let's-
wait. Before
Go
Otis
ahead.
is done, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll save it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon off to the side of this beast to attack it.
What does it look like?
Go for it.
It will be a similar shaped mace to what I am holding, with a turtle shell at the end of it, and almost like the shape of a club.
Close enough. Boop.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So 15 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Dealing 8 force damage, and then just like last time, this time looking at the beast and saying, "Oh, bless your heart," and reaches out with Word of Radiance. Con save 16. I fixed it this time.
Fails.
Fails. So
It's
takes
like, I
7
have
points
no
of radiance.
heart.
Taking an additional 7 points of radiance, radiant damage here, and that will be my turn.
Okay, that one looks like it's about to fall apart.
Yeah.
Alavarder kind of like tilts his head over, sees that thing like barely holding together, and he throws a firebolt. And since this is, let's see, at level 5, it's 2d10, right?
Yeah, it should be up
Yes.
to
Yeah.
level 5.
Yeah, okay. So, whatever. It just has like a couple hit points left. It's dead. Because it's not getting out of that grasp either.
Nope, it was about to get messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that one crumples down to dust. There's one remaining skeleton kind of just dueling with Ketereleth here.
Damn it.
Okay, this might hurt.
I can't parry that.
And I don't see you, so I can't help you.
Quick, eat your chocolate.
That doesn't save me from crits.
No, but you'll die bravely.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Oh, bless your heart.
So it's swinging wildly. You're moving and parrying, but the halls are here are just like so thin. There's not a lot of room, and it catches you and slams you right against the wall with its axe.
Oof.
But hey, it's Sardonic's turn.
It is Sardonic's turn. So she's gonna finally work up some courage and move down.
Eat it. You have edible courage.
And seeing Ketereth get knocked around, she uses her action to move this over, and it's gonna try and grab him. So a big old chocolate hand pops out of the ground near you, Ked, and tries to restrain it.
No, it's caught up in chocolate.
Alright, so what it says for this one, as an action, you can cause the hand to reach for a different creature, or to move to different unoccupied space. Hand releases restrained target if you do.
It rolled a 10.
Yeah.
It is stuck in all that sticky chocolate.
Alright, so it takes another 2d6 it takes 2d6 for failing its save. And so it barrels in and punches him first and then grabs him. And she's like, I got you, don't worry. And I was 5, 10,
All right.
15, 20, 25. Just so I can keep an eye on things.
So now attacks against it have advantage. It can't move, and its own attacks are at disadvantage until it breaks free.
Yep.
Yep.
Ketereleth, aren't you happy for that?
Oh yeah, totally happy. so happy. In fact, he looks behind him and just says, "I knew you had my back," and then stabs it twice more.
Well, you're not here to kill me, so I might as well look out
Bless.
for you. Hashtag bless.
Hashtag bless.
A 13 hits it.
I think that misses.
It hit earlier.
Oh.
It hit. I think it hit earlier. Does a
No,
13
wait. Yeah, just barely hit.
Doesn't he have advantage?
I do. That's
Yeah.
why I rolled a
That's
12.
why he,
Oh.
13. Hashtag
Really, game?
bless.
Roll a 4.
Nope, I rolled a 3. Action surge. I hit it a third time. Game. Thank God, I saw another 1. I'm like, why?
You're not on your halfling. Stop it.
Stop it.
All right, you got 2 hits.
7 and 13 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to take a gamble and 5-foot step out of its reach. If it double crits, I'm going to be so pissed. Jay.
Yep, sorry, I was doing math. Because I can math.
You
Okay, no.
you know on the
Okay.
on the-
So, I'm gonna say he like chops into the chocolate and probably like cracks off a shin bone.
You mean a finger? Oh, you mean him? He chops off a shit bone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it swings and it overswings and actually slams down into the chocolate hand, grabbing onto him, and you hear a crack.
Oh, it's trying to kill my hand? Jerk.
It overswung. So, Otis, you are up.
Shae, I hate to interrupt, but I'm starting to feel terrible, so I have to stop and go lie down.
Okay, go take care of yourself.
So, NPC me? I'm sorry.
All right.
Or give my character something.
If you start feeling better, feel free to come back. But
Oh, I'm gonna probably go to sleep since it's midnight and I'm feeling like crap.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hug.
Go get some rest.
Good night.
Otis can barely see or pick out that Minotaur skeleton. He's gonna like kind of freak out for a second, but then kind of remember that, oh wait, I've got all these people to kill it for me. And so he gives he's going to say to the gnome in front of him, cast a spell that'll kill it, please. And he's gonna give inspiration.
I mean, I'm well in the process of doing such a thing, but thank you for the vote of confidence.
Do it better. And
Anything
then
else?
he let's see. Not really sure what kind of spells really work in this environment. What happened to my character? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. I think. Yeah, wait. Okay, sorry. I have never played a bard. And I don't play 5e often. I'm gonna cast enhance ability and go with Bear's Endurance on wait, does that have a range? Is that touch? Ah, crap. Touch, never mind. Well, actually, would I be able to take a 5-foot, continue with the 5-foot movement I have left to go here
Yeah.
Or would I have? Okay.
Yeah, you can move diagonal spaces.
Yeah. Okay. Can I use enhance ability and go with Bear's Endurance on the elf?
Go for it.
All right, I do that.
Yep. Roll the 2d6.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Which one did you give me earlier? It was also bears, right?
Yes, it is the same
Okay.
one.
Thought so.
Yeah, and when it hit you, it kind of ate up all that
Yeah.
temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he gets 8
so
temporary,
14.
and he gets advantage on Constitution checks.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Flatfoot.
Okay. Bonus action. The weapon will move and attack. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That's fine. 21's gonna probably hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dealing 9 force damage, and then I'm gonna move to here, reach around the corner. What is this character's name here? I don't see a name here.
Catarella.
Yeah, Cataract. So, reaching around the corner, placing my hand on their shoulder, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 1, dealing 17 healing. Holy crap. Saying a kind prayer for them to Saloon to try to mend their wound.
All right. So as you touch him, his that gigantic gash that Minotaur just gave him, right across his chest, just knits up. Some of the bleeding stops, and he seems to be looking so much healthier. Alvar comes around the corner and says, "It got dark back there."
I don't
And-
want to be in dark.
Yep, seeing that the last Minotaur skeleton all caught up in chocolate, he's gonna make some hot chocolate,
Hot chocolate.
Oh, baby.
which hits thanks to advantage. And he blasted skull off.
Nice.
It is dead, and between all of you, it is re-dead. And between all of you,
Dead.
that scrape
It's-
that scraping sound has stopped.
It's like super dead.
Alright, so do you all want to just kind of wander around the labyrinth, or should I just bring you all... Actually, everyone give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to kind of listen in, and do I hear anything else? Like, yeah, I get it, we don't hear scraping sounds, but is there any other movement within the chambers other than us?
Sardonic's fist bumps her chocolate fist before dismissing it.
Awesome.
Nope. Everything's fine here.
Well,
It's totally
there's no
natural.
other sound. It's actually very eerily quiet now.
Huh. Well, I guess there were only the two there. They must have been guardians for the place or something. So, we need to find a way through.
Alavar pipes in. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't exactly know what was down here, but
Well, nothing we couldn't handle. Well,
Yes,
yes.
you don't have the ability to bring one of these minotaurs back to life, do you? Because I hear minotaurs are good at navigating labyrinths.
I hope you're joking, because that stinks to high heaven. I wouldn't want to involve myself in that.
No, I mean actual life, not like necromancy. It would probably be so grateful it could show us to the other side of the way. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's continue on.
Do I get a sense that something's amiss with her? Like, maybe she kind of leans towards necromancy?
Make an insight check.
Nope, not at all. She
nope.
does not touch necromancy. No, she was actually suggesting that you, like, resurrect it.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like literal life because, you know, they could navigate the labyrinth. Why am I in front? Somebody else go.
Hammer can be removed because it'll be gone by then.
Oh, I should have just set it off to the side because you probably cast
Yeah,
it
it's
again.
fine. It's fine. I'll move forward for us because at any time I can just pop into my shell and let you deal with it.
Ketereth and Alivard are following.
Okay. Standing here at the corner again, kind of listening out, not hearing anything.
Nope.
Okay.
It's
I'm
dead silent.
Gonna continue to motion forward and keep making my way ahead.
Any luck so far?
You see, as you round that corner there, you see a door just kind of like carved into the side of the labyrinth.
In this area here.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I kind of motion, say, well, that's a bit curious, isn't it?
Oh, hey, wouldn't
Start
you know
making my way towards it. Are there any roguish types within our group?
The bard.
I can open it. I've got a neat little trick I like to called Open Sesame. And I cast Knock.
She's gonna step back.
All right. So you
Alivard
cast Knock.
also steps back. Self-preservation.
Yep.
Yes.
As you cast Knock, you hear it unlock. It doesn't open, but it unlocks.
Sardonyx peeks around the corner. Oh, you guys are still alive. Great. Might I suggest using Mage Hand to open the door instead of yourselves, in case it might be booby-trapped?
Fine. And he'll use Mage Hand, or Otis will use Mage Hand to pull back
So
the door.
Yep, so you back up, you use Mage Hand, and it was absolutely trapped.
Oof.
There is a puff of just black smoke that just like pours out, and it dissipates pretty quickly, but yeah, Sardonyx's quick wit caught that. And you are you all gonna go through?
Flatfoot, before moving forward, looks back in Otis's direction and kind of, if he had eyebrows, he would be raising his eyebrows right now. Kind of say, perhaps one is a little too big for his own britches. Perhaps you should take a moment to consider the consequences of your actions as you move forward. And then slowly steps ahead and begins to open the door.
It's funny because the personality trait of Otis is to don't pay attention to risks.
Totally works. Totally works.
All right. So you make it through to the other side. You see a room. It is just filled with a pile of bones.
Oh, this is unsettling.
Unsavory.
Yes, that's definitely a word for it. I'm gonna step forward and kind of motion to have somebody join.
Yeah, you do see, well actually your vision doesn't quite reach it, but you see in the dim light there is 2 doors. One over on the other side of that pile of bones against the wall to the east, and then one to the south.
Okay. And as I kind of step in, oh, I see it. The one here, and then the one over to the far east there. Looking through this pile of bones, do I see anything? Do I see anything kind of mixed in with it? Anything that's kind of burrowing its way through, or kind of climbing, or, tunneling its way around?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Yes, there is some twitching to them. They don't seem to be like completely animate. They just seem, because they're all like dismembered pieces, so they can't quite move. But it looks like they're trying to. They just can't do anything.
Well, that's foreboding.
With that, I'm actually going to cast Spirit Guardians. Sensing some undead presence here. Anything within a 15-foot radius would have to save against.
And what's the save?
The save is a 16 wisdom save, I believe. Yeah, DC 16 wisdom save.
And what's the effect do?
What's up?
What does that spell do? Spirit Guardian.
This Spirit Guardians basically is a protection spell. So anything within 15 feet will be kind of buffered by these spiritual protectors that will attempt to attack anything that comes within my range. If they fail the save, they will take the full damage. If they save, they take half as much damage. So they'll take 6 radiant damage.
Okay. So it's just a straight failure. All the bones stop moving.
And this will stay active for, I believe it's up to 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep it around me as I move forward here. And I'd like to step a little closer to the pile.
They seem to have gone completely inanimate after that spell struck them.
Okay. And with that, I'm kind of looking back towards Otis and say, check that door, and point to the one to the east as I move towards the one to the south here.
Alright.
What do you think was the cause of the skeletons being reanimated?
Yes, that's not something I want to think about right now. I'd much rather just move ahead and not consider what this being might have actually been.
That's fair.
Otis will cast Mage Hand on the door right here and attempt to push or pull it, see if any traps go off or anything like that. But first he's going to take a step back.
When you push or pull it, it seems it's a little hard at first because the hinges are rusted and there's a bunch of bones blocking it. But you do start getting it to slide, and it does open.
Okay. I'd like to investigate this door here and see if I don't investigate or I don't see anything, but do I hear anything on the other side, and give a perception as well?
You hear something very, very faint, but it's a little difficult to make out from where you are, but it just sounds like tapping, maybe?
Okay. So with that, obviously, the door to me, just everything looks fine. Like there's nothing out of place here. But I do hear something, and I kind of motion to the party, mostly Otis, who's kind of in the same room as me, and say that I hear something on the other side of this door. And then kind of step aside here.
Now, unfortunately, I have to get up early, and right now, if I were to go to bed, I'd only get like 4 hours. So I'm gonna
Oh shit.
actually get off here.
Alrighty.
So, sorry, guys.
Should probably put a pin in this then, Shae.
Yeah, we can come back to this.
Mhm.
Alright, we'll stop here then.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for putting this together for us, Shae. The people who are
Yeah,
watching,
a lot of
thank you
fun.
for dropping by into the stream. You're all fabulous, and we love you for this impromptu game that totally wasn't planned. Well, it was planned, but it wasn't planned to be streamed, so. Yeah,
Alright.
so have a great night, guys. Thanks for